Have you ever seen those amazing aerial shots in movies?
Oh, yeah. The ones that just make your jaw drop.
And exactly. Sweeping over a landscape or following something from way up high, it looks so professional.
Right.
So expensive.
High production value,
No,
definitely.
you think, maybe, wow, I wish I could capture something like that.
But then the reality hits.
Yeah, the reality. Professional drones, cinema cameras, all the gear. It seems incredibly out of reach.
Intimidating is the word. And
Okay.
costly.
Totally. Difficult to learn, needs tons of know-how.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if I told you that whole landscape, that creative world, is actually shifting, like dramatically?
Okay, I'm listening.
Today on The Deep Dive, we're exploring exactly that, how cutting-edge filmmaking tech is becoming surprisingly accessible.
Accessible for who, though?
Well, specifically for beginners, young creators,
Yeah.
honestly, for anyone with a story they want to tell.
Interesting. So what have you been looking at?
We've been digging into a whole stack of articles from Y.M.CINEMA magazine. They spotlight all these recent developments in gear that's, well, affordable and actually user-friendly.
Okay.
Stuff that's really knocking down those old barriers.
That's good. So what's the mission here? What do you want people to take away?
Our mission for you today is pretty clear. We want to show you how those hurdles in creative filmmaking are genuinely dropping.
Make it easier to start.
Exactly. Easier than ever to bring your own vision, your stories to life. And we're going to kick things off with one specific piece of tech that honestly perfectly sums this all up.
All right, let's hear it.
It's the Ameta S50 Lite FPV drone.
Okay, Ameta S50 Lite.
Yeah. And our sources, they describe it as offering an easy entry into aerial filmmaking without risks or high costs.
Ah, that's quite a promise. Easy entry without risks.
It is, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And what's really fascinating here is that this drum, this Ameta S50 Lite, it isn't just some random product.
Right.
It feels like a very clear signal,
Yeah.
part of the much bigger trend.
What trend is that?
Well, across loads of creative fields, not just film, technology is consistently making tools more accessible.
Tools that used to cost a fortune.
Exactly. Tools that needed serious money and often really intensive training just a few years back. Now they're democratizing.
That's a good word for it.
And products like this drone fit right into that shift, making high-quality visuals, that kind of storytelling power, reachable for way more people.
It really feels like a different world compared to even, say, 5 or 10 years ago.
Oh, completely. It's opening doors for a whole new generation of creators.
Yeah.
A fundamental shift, really.
I couldn't agree more. And specifically for aerial filmmaking, this whole idea of accessibility is just huge.
Because the pro stuff is still pretty intense.
Yeah, exactly. Those high-end drones, the DJIs and others, they're amazing machines, incredible results, no question.
Right.
But let's be real, they come with hefty price tags. And the learning curve, it can be steep, really daunting.
Right, enough to put off a lot of people just starting out.
Totally. Whether you're an adult thinking, hey, maybe I'll try this, or a kid who's super curious about tech, it's a barrier. And the Ameta S50 Lite, based on what we read, it tackles that intimidation factor head on.
By focusing on ease of use.
Yeah, but without totally sacrificing the creative side of things.
Okay, that's a tricky balance to strike.
It is. And let's be clear up front, okay? This Ameta S50 Lite, it's not trying to be professional DJI drone.
Right, setting expectations is important.
Crucial. It's not playing in that high-end league. Its strength is different. It's about opening the door for everyone else.
For the beginners, the kids, the curious.
Precisely. Highlighting what it can do for that audience.
So what are some of those key things for beginners?
Well, one detail from the articles that genuinely made me go, huh, that's smart, was its weight.
The weight.
Yeah, it weighs under 249 grams.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
That's the magic number.
Exactly. It might sound random, but it's incredibly significant. Why?
No registration needed, right? In the U.S. and many other places.
Bingo. Drones under 250 grams often skip that whole federal registration process.
Which isn't just about saving paperwork, is it?
Not at all. It feels like. Well, like the manufacturers are deliberately designing around these rules now.
Creating this whole accessible category that just wasn't there before. It's smart market response.
It really is. For a beginner, it means one less hurdle, one less form to fill out.
You could get flying.
Yeah.
Straight to the creative part.
Exactly. That freedom right off the bat is pretty empowering, I think.
Definitely removes a bit of that initial friction.
And beyond the rules, its design is clever, too. It's foldable, it's lightweight.
Portable, then. easy to carry around.
Super portable, easy for a kid to toss in a backpack. And for parents, you can supervise them using it at the park or whatever without hauling some massive case.
Makes it feel less like a chore and more like, I don't know, spontaneous fun.
Yeah, spontaneous exploration. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, so it's light, it's easy to get started with legally, it's portable. But can it actually, take good pictures? Or is it just a toy?
Right, good question. And don't let the beginner-friendly vibe fool you. This is where it gets surprising for the price.
Oh.
It actually comes equipped with a Sony IMX258 sensor.
A Sony sensor in an entry-level drone. Okay.
13 megapixels. And get this, it records video in 4K.
Wow, okay. 4K. That's not toy territory anymore.
Not at all. For anyone new to this, those aren't just specs on a page.
No, they translate directly into quality. Sony sensors generally mean decent images.
Right. And 4K video, that means your shots, your first aerial videos, are going to look incredibly crisp and detailed, way beyond what entry-level meant just a couple of years ago.
You're getting something that looks genuinely cinematic, even on your first try. That's a huge motivator.
Absolutely. It captures things with a richness that makes your early stuff look pretty polished.
Nice. What else makes it good for, actual filmmaking, not just flying?
Okay, this part is really cool for people wanting to do more than just buzz around. It has a 90-degree adjustable lens.
So you can tilt the camera down.
Yeah, exactly. Tilt it down, point it straight ahead. It's not just a fixed view.
Ah, so you can actually think about framing your shots, composing.
Precisely. It encourages you to experiment. Straight ahead for big landscapes. Tilt down for those dramatic overhead reveals. It turns flying into composing.
Teaching cinematic thinking from the start. I like that.
Me too. Plus, it uses 5G Wi-Fi for the video feedback to your controller or phone.
EFPV, the first-person view.
Right, so you see what the drone sees in real time, and the range is up to 500 meters.
That's pretty far, actually. More than enough for a park or backyard.
Plenty. Gives you that smooth, immediate connection to what you're filming from the air.
Okay, so the camera's surprisingly capable. But what about flying it? You said the learning curve for drones is steep. How does this one handle that?
That's the other really crucial part, especially thinking about kids or total beginners. Mitigating that difficulty.
Because the fear of crashing is real. And expensive.
Totally real. You don't want your first flight to be your last because you smashed it. So features like the built-in GPS positioning system are key.
For stability. Helping it hold its position.
Exactly. Gives it much better stability, better awareness of where it is. It helps the drone stay put, even if you panic and take your hands off the controls for a second.
Okay, that's helpful. But I wonder, those kinds of stability features, are they too helpful sometimes? Do you actually learn to fly, or does the drone do too much?
That is a fantastic question. It's a real balancing act for manufacturers, right?
Sure.
But I think for true beginners, that initial fear, that cognitive load, just trying to manage everything at once, it's huge.
Yeah, overwhelming.
So these features, they don't stop you learning skills. They provide a safety net, a low-stakes place to start.
Where you can focus on the shot, maybe, not just keeping it in the air.
Exactly. Learn to compose, understand the perspective without constantly fighting the controls just to stay level. It removes the biggest friction points first.
Allowing the creative part to actually happen.
Right. Then, once you've got confidence, you can start pushing it more. Maybe rely less on the assists.
Okay, that makes sense. Build confidence first.
And speaking of confidence, those return-to-home functions, absolute game changers.
Where it flies back by itself.
Yeah. If the battery gets low, or if it loses the signal from the controller, it just automatically turns around and comes back to where it took off.
Okay, that's huge. Not just for saving the drone.
But for peace of mind, for parents, definitely, but also for the beginner.
Takes away that constant anxiety of, what if it just flies away?
Totally removes that huge stressor, makes the whole thing way more enjoyable and less nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I can see that. What about the actual controls? Anything simplified there?
Loads of stuff designed for exactly that. Things like one-key takeoff and landing. Just push a button.
Nice and simple.
Optical flow stabilization, too.
What'd that do?
It uses a little camera underneath to watch the ground. Helps it hold position really steadily, even indoors, or where GPS might be weak.
Ah, okay. Another confidence booster.
Definitely. Plus, altitude hold, so it stays at the height you want, and adjustable speed levels.
So you can start slow.
Exactly. Start slow, get the hang of it, then speed things up. It's all about reducing that mental effort, that cognitive load.
Making the learning curve smoother, Less anxious.
Right. It's not just easy, it's approachable, more enjoyable, more educational because you're not just stressed out.
Gotcha. Okay, what about playtime? How long do you actually get in the air? Battery life is always the killer with these things.
Good point. And you know how it is, right? You're just getting into it, finding your groove, and bam, battery dead.
Fails to flow completely.
Well, the Ameta S50 Lite actually handles this pretty well. Our sources say it comes with 2 batteries.
Oh, two. That's good.
Yeah. And each one gives you about 25 minutes of flight time.
So nearly an hour total, like 50 minutes.
Roughly 50 minutes before you need to recharge, which is genuinely decent.
Yeah, that's way more than just a quick test flight.
Absolutely. It's enough time for kids to really explore or for beginners to properly practice, try different things, different angles.
Start actually thinking creatively, not just technically. Allows for that discovery phase.
Exactly. Lets you get some real flight time in.
Okay, this is sounding pretty compelling for a beginner package. Anything else that sparks creativity?
Yes. This is where it gets really fun, I think. Beyond the specs and safety nets, the built-in creative modes.
Ah, like pre-programmed flight patterns.
Kind of, yeah. The articles mention things like rocket, circle fly, panorama, time-lapse, even gesture selfie.
Okay, what do those do? Rocket sounds dramatic.
It is like it shoots the drone straight up looking down for that dramatic reveal shot.
Cool. And circle fly.
Does exactly what it sounds like. Flies in a smooth circle around a subject you pick.
Ah, so you get those nice cinematic orbiting shots without needing pro piloting skills.
Precisely. That's the point. These modes give you that sense of cool cinematic movement, but with just a tap.
Like having a mini film crew built in.
Kind of. It removes the technical skill barrier for getting those visually interesting shots right away.
Ignites the imagination, makes fun filmmaking immediate.
Exactly. Makes it accessible right out of the box.
Okay, so summing up this Ameta drone.
So what does this all mean for you, listening? The Ameta S50 Lite, it's not just another drone. It feels like a really well thought out package.
Affordable, forgiving.
Yeah, affordable, forgiving, and genuinely educational way into aerial filmmaking.
For anyone curious.
Or kids into tech.
Absolutely. Get those unique perspectives. See the world differently, literally from above.
Without breaking the bank or needing a PhD in drone piloting.
Exactly. It really lowers that entry barrier.
That's a great breakdown of how one specific gadget can tackle so many of those old hurdles.
Right. But the really exciting thing, looking across all those Y.M.CINEMA magazine pieces.
It wasn't just about this one drone.
Not at all. This Ameta drone is just one example, maybe a really clear one, but it's part of this much bigger picture. This wider revolution, yeah. Making pro-level or highly capable tools way more accessible.
Systematically, across the board, fostering a new, golden age for storytellers?
Agree. It definitely challenges the old gatekeepers of who gets to make films. Allows way more voices to come through.
And those other examples you mentioned really drive that point home.
Yeah, the sources highlighted quite a range of gear doing similar things.
Like the GoPro Max. Y.M.CINEMA called it the most value-packed 360 camera on Amazon.
Right, 360 video. But the key there is the simplicity.
Yeah. It makes that immersive, capture-everything style easy, and the stabilization is incredible footage that used to need complicated rigs.
All in that rugged little GoPro body, democratizing immersive content.
Then there was the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K G2.
Yeah, hitting its lowest Amazon price. That's significant.
Huge, because now we're talking proper cinema camera capabilities, high dynamic range, amazing color, that shallow depth of field look.
But for prosumers,
Yes.
right, not just Hollywood studios.
Exactly. Serious hobbyists, small production companies, people who want pro results without the massive pro budget. It brings that cinematic power within reach.
It really does shrink that gap between enthusiast and pro, giving people tools for genuine broadcast quality work at a fraction of the old cost. It's not just video, it's cinema.
And how about that YOLOCAM S7, the TikTok's large sensor streaming camera?
Price dropping to $800 on Amazon, yeah.
That shows how even specialized tools, like for live streaming, are getting cheaper.
And that large sensor is key for streaming. Better quality, especially in low light.
More cinematic look, even for live stuff, makes your home stream look way more polished.
Exactly. It democratizes high-quality live production. That's huge, considering how big streaming is.
Bringing studio-level quality to personal broadcasting, that's a massive shift.
It absolutely is. Real-time content creation is transforming.
And it wasn't just digital tech either. Remember the Kodak EKTAR H35?
Oh yeah, the $50 film camera. Presented as the real deal for a retro feel.
Which shows accessibility isn't only about faster, sharper digital stuff. It's also about making other creative paths, like actual analog film, reachable again.
For $50, you get to try their whole different craft, that aesthetic.
Yeah, the tactile experience, the look of film.
So if you take all these examples together,
Yeah.
easy drone, the cheaper cinema camera, the streaming tool, even the simple film camera, what's the big takeaway?
It raises a really important question, doesn't it?
It does. It points to this profound shift happening in visual media.
The tools for telling stories are just less exclusive now.
Yeah, empowering this huge new wave of filmmakers, content creators, people from all sorts of backgrounds.
So we have to think, how does that change things?
Right. How does this accessibility change who tells the stories? And what stories get told? From what perspectives?
It makes you really think about how visual communication itself is evolving.
Definitely. It's a critical moment.
What an incredible time, though, if you've got an idea, a story brewing, isn't it?
It really is.
I mean, from something like the Ameta S50 Lite letting anyone grab amazing aerials, to powerful cinema cameras becoming affordable.
To slick streaming tools, even fun retro film options.
Yeah, the main takeaway from this deep dive seems crystal clear. Filmmaking, storytelling with visuals, it's truly being democratized.
Those old barriers are falling.
High-quality creative work is genuinely accessible now. Whether you're a curious kid, a passionate hobbyist, an aspiring filmmaker, the doors are open.
The gatekeepers are stepping back. The possibilities are just exploding.
So here's the final thought for you listening. With tools like these breaking down all those traditional walls, making new perspectives and techniques easier than ever.
What stories are bubbling up inside you?
Yeah. What incredible, unique stories do you now feel inspired to tell? What fresh perspectives can you bring to the screen?
We genuinely can't wait to see what you create.